Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone on this much calmer Wednesday morning? I have to say, there's a lot less wind this morning. So I got on here bright and early, so I wanted to share with you about fear. So let me know if you are on here this morning, checking everything out around breakfast time. It's just before 8, I think. Good morning, Emily. Just hanging on here for a moment to see who's going to join us this morning. We're going to be talking about fear. This is something that we all have. It is part of our survival mechanisms, and yet it's something that can go a little awry. And if we don't understand how to manage our fears, they become the control of us. They become what is driving the wheel rather than something that is informing us, and we can choose whether to respond to it. And this is what happens, is that it's all great if you've got a tiger running after you. You want your survival mechanisms to kick in. You want yourself to be able to run to the top of that tree that you never knew whether you could do it, so that you could survive. But what happens in our day-to-day life is that things are on such a fast pace. We are taking on a lot of different things, a lot of different aspects. We're showing up in different ways. We are allowing the experiences of our past to affect us now. And what happens is that our resting level of stress and our resting level of alertness is higher than it should be. And so our fears kick us into a survival mode, and the survival mechanisms in our mind are going a little crazy, all right? And so our fears become bigger than they really are. So how do we gently deal with those fears rather than avoiding them or squashing them or allowing them to take over us? So there's a few things that we need to do. The first thing is just to acknowledge that fear. So right now, watching this, have a feel into what is one fear you have that is playing itself out right now. It might be around showing up in your business. It might be around something you're needing to confront in your relationship. It might be around, food choices. I don't know, that's your thing. So what is something that is upsetting your life, or maybe not quite flowing in your life at the moment, and what is a fear around it? What is the fear? And we need to now feel that fear. What does it feel like to be in that fear? Because whilst we allow the bigger story in the mind to keep telling us about that fear, we are not feeling it. One of the ways that we have to modulate what is going on in the nervous system, in the mind, is to be able to feel the fear and know that we are still safe. So you have to go into the feeling of what that fear is. We have to face it. We have to see it. And feel whatever that discomfort is in your body and stay with it in order to train our body and train our mind and train our energy and our emotion to go, hey, I can feel this fear and I'm still okay. And I'm still okay. Because ultimately our fear is of annihilation, is of death. Judgment and failure and all of those things, but ultimately it's this fear of annihilation, and we need to be able to sit with our fear and know that we're still okay. We can feel it and it's not going to overwhelm us. So that's the first thing that we need to do, and we need to allow that fear. So we need to look at it, we need to see it, and we need to allow it, allow ourselves to feel it, forgive ourselves for feeling it, and just sit with it, and sit with it, and sit with it. Now, the other thing that we can ask ourselves when we're sitting with this is to ask the question, is this true? Is this fear 100% true? Can I guarantee that this fear of whatever is going to happen is going to happen? Because our mind will tell us a lot of stories about what could happen, but can we 100% say that that is going to happen? So you just sit with that. So we've got acknowledge, face the fear, see the fear, acknowledge it and accept that you feel that fear, forgive that feeling. That's okay. I accept it. It's okay for me to feel that. Just stay with it to realize that you are safe and you're okay, and you're not going to be overwhelmed by that feeling. And then you can go into the self-inquiry of, is that true? Now the next step is to slowly start to challenge yourself around that fear. So for example, let's choose something sort of fairly easy, like say doing a fear of judgment, of doing Facebook Lives. You know you want to do Facebook Lives for your business and you're not doing it because the fear is just like of judgment, and you just got stuck in this groove. So you feel the fear, acknowledge it, whatever that is for you, whether it's around judgment, stuffing up, saying something silly, whatever it is. And then allow yourself to really feel it. Ask yourself, is it 100% true that everyone is going to judge me and I'm going to totally mess up by doing this Facebook Live? No, you can't say that is 100% true. You don't know that for sure. So now you've sat with it, you've felt the fear. You know it's not 100% true, that everyone's going to judge you for it. So your next thing is now to put yourself in front of that fear directly, because it's only now going to be through direct experience of that particular thing that you can overcome that fear. It doesn't mean that fear is going to go away completely, but it means that it's not going to stop you anymore. So for example, if we're back to the Facebook Lives, now you used to set yourself a challenge that I'm going to just jump on my Facebook page and do a 1-minute Facebook Live, like the smallest thing that you can think of. And just say, hi everyone, this is my first Facebook Live. I'm, really nervous about this, but just wanted to jump on and say hi. And then you hop off. And you do something in a small way that reinforces your success, that you are okay, that nothing bad happened, that you can survive that. And then you can build on that and build on that and build on that. Perhaps the first time you do a Facebook Live, you do it with another friend, you do it with a colleague or a partner. Yeah. So there are lots of different ways. That's just an example, but that's a way that we need to deal with all of our fears. Yeah. If it's around anything else, yeah, I can let you play with it. There's different ways that you can start to expose yourself to that fear in a small way that ensures that you're successful. All you need to do is train your body, your emotion, your mind to be with something, to realize that you are still safe even in the face of that fear. So I hope that that's been useful for you. So it's acknowledge the fear and allow yourself to feel it. You must allow yourself to feel the extent of that and stay with it to realize that you are still safe, that you are okay. You can feel it and not be overwhelmed by it. And then, what was the third one? So this is what happens on Facebook Live. You forget things. The third one was to be able to, sit with it, acknowledge it, ask, is it true? That's right. The third one is ask whether that fear is true, 100% true. Can you guarantee it? And then start to challenge that fear. Actually start to take tiny steps towards exposing yourself to the reality of what that is, or of whatever that challenge is or something is that you're not doing because of the fear, in little steps, so that you are successful and so that you can expose yourself to something, feel the fear and do it anyway and realize, I survived. Yeah. So take that away. Have a fantastic day. Let me know what any of those fears are and what it feels like to sit with it, and anything that you've maybe addressed in the past in a similar way where you have overcome a fear. Or at least, like I say, fear doesn't necessarily go away. We have to be courageous in lots of different ways, but it's how we let our fears impact our actions. That's what we want to address. Yeah. So have a great day. Post your comments below about what you have addressed around fear, what you're looking at now, what you thought of this. Love to get your feedback, and have an amazing day. Take care, everyone.